Hey guys, bear with us as we start this test run. Trying to get the outro to play. Or intro.
Are we already on air?
Yeah, is it showing on your screen?
Okay, I see some people already.
Let me switch over to you.
Davon.
Devon's there?
Yeah, Davon is here. Anyway, I'm so happy to see you guys again after so long. We wasn't on air. And great. I missed you guys. Hopefully you missed us too. I don't know, Tara probably took her vacation for 1 year.
You're on, Dad.
Hmm?
You're on.
Oh, okay. What we want to talk today is about probably Mr. Trump, our president, that he promised to give America the gold age. Okay. I wanted also talk a little bit about Poland, if you guys interesting, and also mention about my project, which would be good for America, would make America great. Because I hope Mr. President gonna make the America great, and I support him all the way. But without my project, I don't think there is no way he can make MAGA. So my project has something to do to MAGA, and if you guys want me to explain to you, I will be so happy. And hopefully I gonna reach president, and also I write a letter to him every week, one letter every week, and to Mr. Musk. Hopefully he gonna answer to me. I sent already like 2 letters to each of them, and I don't see an answer, so we see. Okay. So how you been, Tara? Because we didn't do the program for already 1 year.
Well, right now I'm playing around with technical issues. So, are you guys able to see the? All right, you guys are saying that the audio is low. Has it improved since I turned up Dad's volume a little bit? Dad, you might need to speak more into the microphone.
Okay. I hope everybody can hear me with my voice. I have to tell you that I have a little bit high blood pressure, which lowers my voice, and I apologize for that. But I'm working on improve my blood pressure. It just happened recently, so my voice getting better whenever the blood pressure goes down.
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak like directly into the microphone the way I'm talking like this.
Right, closer?
Yeah, make it closer.
Okay. Because myself, I can hear very good, very loud. My ears blowing on that.
Is it too loud for you, Dad?
Mhm.
You want me to lower it?
In my headset, yeah, probably because I
Is that
no
too low?
now you're too low. I cannot hear myself.
That better?
Maybe I don't know if they can hear me well.
I'm just lowering your audio feed so they can hear you through the microphone. You hear yourself through the headset.
Oh, okay,
Oh, okay.
okay. Well, as long as they can hear me.
All right. Let's try testing out
Yeah.
with showing some of the video that we shot earlier this week. This past weekend I was in Tampa to cover the Tesla protest that was going on there. They had an all-out take down Tesla protests that were going down at all of the dealerships, and so I went and covered the one in Tampa with the one and only Adam Francisco as well. So let's go ahead and pull up that video, and then for those of you guys who haven't watched it, I posted it on my reporting channel, which is On the Ground. And if you are not yet subscribed over to On the Ground, please go give my reporting channel a follow. So on Polish American Brotherhood, that's going to be both me and Dad doing our podcasts and putting together content for you guys. We're also going to be covering like Polish politics and showing more of like what's going on between the Poland and America relations. and that's going to be different than what the work that I'm going to be doing on the ground. On the ground is going to be my journalism work. So there, I'm not MAGA as I am here on the Polish American Brotherhood. So let's go ahead and pull up that video for those who have not seen it yet.
Oh, your voice is gone.
I haven't spoken yet, Dad. Let's hopefully the audio goes okay on this one. Let's bring this up.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be happy when Adam will come back. He lives now in Tampa, so it's a bit longer distance, but he will be once in a while. We also missed him, you know, so he's visiting once in a while, and he's gonna join us maybe once a week or something like that. Okay. So what I want to talk about Mr. Trump and his good friend Elon Musk. Okay, he's thinks what he's doing now for Americans is great, very great. I support. I love Mr. Trump and I love Elon Musk. Okay, he's the visionary and the greatest man. America couldn't ask for more than Mr. Musk now. So also I want to mention about Polish politics because what's happening in Poland now is about the same thing what happening in America. Same thing for the new candidate from the peace, which is stand for law and justice. This candidate is actually in trouble like used to be the Mr. Trump. So we want to mention about what Mr. Trump gonna do in Poland, and hopefully the candidate, which is supported also by Mr. Trump and most of the Polish people, he can win in May 18. We're gonna choose the Polish president.
They're having elections now for Poland?
Yeah, May 18 gonna be election, and the new candidate, which we probably think he's gonna win, his name is Karol. If you guys remember the John Paul II, his name was Karol too. Okay, so it's very easy to remember the candidate for Polish presidency. And the last name, his last name is Nawrocki. So we just hope and we love the new candidate. And what's happening in Poland, that the prime minister, it is no good. And he does do a lot of unlawful things against not only for Poland, but also for another countries like the previous Eastern Bloc. So like Hungary, Slovakia, okay? And he's very damaging the Polish economy. So we're gonna talk about this and hopefully you guys, even if you're not Polish, you can probably watch what we're saying about the Polish candidate Karol Nawrocki. And Mr. Trump promised to Polish President Duda that he's going to build another Trump camp, which he's going to move a lot of American military from Germany to Poland. So we're happy about that.
All right, Dad. I'm going to go ahead and change topics now, and we'll go back to Polish politics. I'm going to go ahead and play the video from this weekend.
Okay, great.
Can you tell me about your sign to Port Elon?
What is your name and who are you?
My name is Tara. I'm on the ground with Tara on YouTube. Tara.
What is your political persuasion?
I talk.
This is not politics. Do you believe in democracy and white supremacy?
I don't believe in. I believe in democracy. I don't.
Do you believe in white supremacy? Do you believe in fascism? Do you believe in the rule of law? Because if you say no to any of those, then get the hell out of here.
I would like to understand what your opinions are and express them to the camera.
Well, you're being evasive. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Tara, you can find me on the ground with Tara on YouTube.
Okay, I don't. Yeah. So, Kara, you're being
Tara.
You're being a little evasive. You have political opinions, and I know you don't have to put them on your post, but you need to tell me before you record my face and take my opinion what your political opinions are. Because to me, this is not politics. This is democracy versus fascism, and I believe in this stuff, and I want to know where you stand. And if you don't have guts,
All right, have a good day.
yeah, so you too.
You're nuts! Oh my God, brother! What's up? Man, I gotta watch my pockets.
There is one patriot.
Can you tell me what brings you out today?
Excuse me?
Can you tell me about what brings you out today?
I heard everybody honking from down the road, and Elon's a hero to this country. He saved people in the space and brought them back. What Biden could have done, he didn't even do that. He's doing a lot of stuff. He cares about people. He cares about the civilization lasting. Come on, have a heart. The Democrats are doing nothing but stealing from America, and they've been doing it for 4.5 years, and there's no more. This is the new America.
Adam Francisco, what brings you out here today?
Well, I saw all these, weirdos in my city that are protesting one of the,
Why do you support Trump?
hold on. Yeah, weirdos that are chanting, and I'm in a cult. This is what cults behave like, chanting in unison. And I just wanted to make sure that Tampa knew that MAG is here. This is a red county. I'm not even white, I'm Mexican. I'm an immigrant. What are you talking about, white man? You see how these people are crazy? White. And now they want me deported. You see how strange these people are? I say I'm Mexican, they assume I'm illegal. They're so racist. That's what she said. That's what she said, this white racist liberal. But anyway, that's what's going on here today. We just want to represent Tampa, and that's why I'm out here.
What's going on with Trump's deportations? What are your thoughts?
We need to deport all the illegals. If you came in here illegally, time to go. Time to go. This girl's crazy. This woman's,
Well, when they can't fight with actual knowledge and information, they need
Where can people find you on
Adam
YouTube?
Francisco on YouTube, Instagram, X.
grifter.
You name it, I'm there.
Grifter.
Adam, what's a grifter?
That's what these people are. They're all getting paid by the hour to be here.
I think Trump should be in prison.
What actions specifically think lead him to being in prison?
Well, I mean, tax fraud, sexual assault, it's a very long list. When you said my side.
Yeah, you got the pictures.
Because I resist Trump doesn't mean I'm a Democrat.
That's
You said my Democratic. You assumed I'm a Democrat. Yeah, well, not everybody falls into a cookie cutter.
Yeah, but
You said that I'm a Democrat because I have this. I'm resisting Trump because he's a criminal.
Yeah,
That has nothing to do with being a Democrat.
Republicans don't
I'm
resist
not a Democrat.
Well, the sign.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but
What does that mean, what I just said?
Your side
No,
still-
no. Tell me what that meant.
And this also
No. Tell me what that meant when you said one of your people got into a fight. You assume that I'm a
well, you're
Democrat.
here staying against Elon.
Right. That doesn't mean
people
I'm
on your side of the.
Wait, no. You don't understand. That doesn't mean I'm a Democrat.
So what are you?
I'm against Trump because he's a
What are
criminal.
you registered at?
I am not registered as an industry.
What'd you vote for last
You-
election?
I did not vote for Trump. I think he's a criminal. I think he's a criminal.
You voted for Kamala.
He's a criminal.
But you voted for Kamala.
That doesn't make me a Democrat.
So he's a Democrat. He might not be in
You don't understand.
He might not be registered, but you have the mindset of a Democrat.
You don't know anything about.
You voted for Kamala. You got a resist sign. That's all I need to know. I know that Democrats, they like handouts.
Somebody else
Socialism.
contributes to your wealth. You don't feel any responsibility to share with them. Right. That's just like Trump and just like all the other people.
Let's get a
Do
contract.
you fully support everything Trump has done?
He's not pro-life enough for me. He needs to be more pro-life. Trump is actually very moderate on the abortion issue. I was actually adopted and not aborted, so I stand for little babies like myself. Correct.
What criticisms do you have about the Trump administration?
Yeah, I just wish he was more. I just wish he was more pro-life. He's always said that if a federal abortion ban crosses his desk, he's going to deny it. I don't think that's a good thing. I think we need to ban bad acts in this country, and one of those bad acts is the killing of unborn children, specifically with healthy pregnancies.
Do you think that people who align themselves with Trump are like fully in support of what Trump does, or like the gentleman over there was alluding to different nuances with political belief, that we have, a completely binary system. You're a Democrat, or you're a Republican, conservative, or a liberal.
Yeah.
Can you talk to about some of the nuances?
Well, I'll say the difference between Democrats is if there's 10 issues and you disagree with one of them, they kick you out of the party. If you're a Republican and there's 10 issues and you agree with one, we try to welcome you into the party. And I think that's the case when it comes to Donald Trump, which is why the party is so big, because not all Trump supporters agree with everything Trump does.
What do you feel are some of the misconceptions that people have about Doge?
To be completely honest, I don't know what the problem is with it. I really don't. People are gonna, as I call them, Karens. So,
How would you rate the job that Trump's administration is currently doing?
as of right now, I think he's doing an amazing job. I mean, things that might not be going in his favor at the moment, but they will.
Do you have any criticisms of the Trump administration or what they could do better?
At this moment, no.
Democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
All right, fellas, good talking.
Country over gold. I only want one
Somebody else.
America is the Constitution. No Constitution.
Marian, I'll ask you
Yeah.
what your thoughts are on that. Do you think that what do you think about Trump's remarks about running for a third time? I mean, he does say like the most outlandish things at times, but sometimes when he says things as we think it's initially a joke, it turns out not to be. Like I did think that when he said he was going to go and try and get New Greenland, that was going to be a joke, but they're dead serious about that. So who knows? Maybe Canada will become the 51st state. But what are your thoughts on him going for a third term?
Well, it's against Constitution, American Constitution, that president cannot run for the third time. But there is a way, like Mr. Trump explained, that if Vice President, Mr. Vance, can be the president, he's going to be on his side. So he's going to be running the same idea with Mr. Trump. So hopefully he can do that, but we cannot change the Constitution just like that. And Tara asked about Greenland. Yeah, I think I support in this case Mr. Trump to acquire Greenland. If we don't acquire, the China will. And we don't want the China on our side here in the North America. And I'm sure the Greenland's people would love to become Americans. It's a big opportunity for them. See, like even people living in Alaska, all the money what we're getting from that oil, we're getting some money too, in Alaska. So I have also my project, one of my projects that if Mr. Musk could help me, we can build like trip project, which I call Mariana project.
Who are you calling it? The Mariana Project?
Huh?
You were posting on a certain brother's screen name the other day about the Mariana Project. And Eddie, thanks for sending me that message. I did see it. We adjusted the volume, so I did turn it down a little bit too low during the video. But guys, definitely chime into the chat with any like technical feedback that you guys have, because this is a little bit of a test pilot run as I'm whipping up the studio back up again. So definitely need your feedback. Tell me how like audio is too low, or if there's any echoes. I need to know that. So I appreciate it, guys. Okay, Dad, tell me more about this Mariana Project.
Mariana Project, it is actually solving the retirees' problems in America. And one of the project if Elon Musk can build a base in Mars, it will be easier to build my project, Mariana project in Greenland. I would say the minimum for the 60,000 retirees, American retirees living in Greenland. That would be great. Also, I would, if that would be successful, I would like to build 250 Marianas project in Baja California for the retirees, American retirees. It might be a problem, but we get the best genius, Elon Musk, it shouldn't be a problem to build it. And this way we can solve the retirees problems in America. Everybody sooner or later going to be the retiree. And can you imagine I don't know if you're checking on it, but not everybody's rich that they can have a comfortable life. In my project, you don't have to worry that your money will run away when you retire. You will be well take care of it, and would be great. The project would be great if we can achieve that. But I need to talk to Mr. Musk. I don't want to bother Mr. Trump with that project, but I would like to Mr. Musk spend a little bit time with me so I can explain to him. Because that project, Mariana project, will be the greatest what can happen to America. And the MAGA would be achieved with my project. Just remember, it's Mariana project. We have to press Elon Musk to help me to build it. And I hope Mr. Trump will help with this. People who retire on the Social Security are going to have a great life in Mariana's project.
You were saying how that the space in like Baja California would be good, but locating them in Greenland would even be a better idea?
Better idea than building in Baja California? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be good for Californians, because California is very expensive. And the whole idea it is to the people living in my project that would be very efficient. That's the whole idea. It is that Mr. Trump working to make America more efficient. And my project would be very efficient. 250 of my project would put 5 million American retirees in Baja California. In a nice place. Baja California is beautiful, and retirees will enjoy over there. But I'm not talking about only Baja California or Greenland, but also nice beaches in America, also the other safe countries. A lot of retirees, when they retire, are looking for a better place to live. They're going outside the country, and eventually they could be scammed by the locals in the other countries. And like me, if I would go to another country, I would like to stay between Americans also. Even if I'm Polish, I would like to stay between Americans if I go retire in another countries. And I hope many of you would like to stick with the Americans people when you go to another countries. There's a lot of countries which you can live very cheap, but you're still going to be lonely. If you not stick with the Americans, you're still going to be lonely. With the local peoples are sometimes beautiful, very nice, but it's not the same thing because your already mind, it is with America. And in my project, even if you move to another country, you're still going to be very in touch with the American life. And very cheaply, you don't have to worry about anything. You're going to be well take care of it. So hopefully anybody who can help me with that, that I can get connected with Elon Musk, I would be very grateful.
You write to him weekly, right?
I write to Mr. Musk and President Trump once a week. So eventually, between all those thousand, maybe millions letters, what he received, maybe he can find mine and somebody can read it. I wrote to Marco Rubio, but I don't think he even understand, or his employees probably just answer, but not what I think he can answer. But I know if one of my letter get to Mr. Musk, he will understand what I'm talking, and I need only few minutes with him to explain to him, And if he can't agree, he knows how to raise the money, and basically the next project would be paid by Social Security, because you think we can give more money to Social Security people when they retire, but they sometimes mismanage the money. If we build something for them, then they will, all the retirees gonna be protected for the rest of their life. I take an example now. You remember the not too long ago when we criticized China, how bad it is. Now nobody criticizes China, and everybody are jealous from the life they creating in China. They live very efficient.
Tomorrow's going to be Liberation Day, so the tariffs are going to be in place as of tomorrow. So Trump has called that Liberation Day. He decided it would have been in place today, but he decided that April 1st, April Fool's Day, was not the day to be dropping the tariffs. Snooks is actually, Eddie was asking about like how you were writing him. He's actually sending letters through the regular mail. That's how you're sending them, through the regular mail.
Just regular mail. I put the stamps and address to the White House and sending. Okay, and I know if I keep sending, eventually some of his employees gonna see the letter. Maybe he can read. Basically, I ask in a letter also, I cannot explain too much in this letter, but I ask Mr. Musk, what would happen, let's say, if we built a 3 Mariana project in Greenland for 60,000? Right now in Greenland, only 60,000 people live over there. If we put 60,000 retirees, American retirees, that's will balance very, amount of the people, too. And somebody says, well, it's very cold. Well, we can create a better climate in Greenland, so people living in my project will be very warm. Well, it will be built a little bit different than, let's say, in Baja California, So Baja California project, I'm sure all the Californians would love it, especially that if we build 250 and put a train connecting through Baja California to California, even going to Oregon or Washington State, all the way to British Columbia, And I think, somebody says people from another country can live when they retire in my project. Yes, but they would have to pay full price because they're not taxpayers from another country. Americans are taxpayers, and that's why they should have a, cheaper life when they retire. So that's my idea.
Unapologetic Patriot, thanks for tweeting us out. Dad, I'll go ahead and go back to the video so we can continue on.
Yeah,
he was talking about the Constitution.
Somebody asked how is Adam doing. I think for his problem what he have, he's doing very well. You can see that he's doing whatever he can to stay alive.
Absolutely, and then also he's been unstoppable with his channel too, and been able to grow so much and put so much energy and effort out there while still having to be on dialysis almost every day, every other day. I'm not too sure, but even with that, like, it was completely no excuses. He even ran a 5K before he went and did the Tampa Tesla protest. So guys, be sure to check out Adam Francisco's channel, and you can actually see the other side. You guys see him in my video, so you can see his cut of the video. And then also you'll see in the background there's Caitlin Bennett from Liberty Hangout. She was also there that day, so it was really cool to see her in person.
Yeah, also I want to mention that we will be making videos about better health food. So
Yes,
can
make
explain you
America healthy again.
yeah, how we can stay healthy, okay, with my weight, because actually I have a little bit problem like Adam, my kidney was didn't work good enough, and now I'm getting improved with my healthy food. So I will show you what I'm doing to improve my blood pressure and kidney problem.
Yep. So Dad was having issues with having high blood pressure, so he's had to change his diet and do a lot more healthy stuff. He's always been health conscious, so but even with being health conscious, being health conscious is preventative. So how much worse would problems be without being health conscious? So there is going to be a segment to the show. We're going to have a Make America Healthy Again with Poem Daddy, and he's going to be sharing some of his special recipes and juices that he puts together that help him to have a healthier lifestyle. All right, Dad, let's go back to we'll continue on with the video.
I just hope that you understand my weird Polish accent. If
Very
you have
Polish.
a problem to understand, I can probably a little bit improve my voice. Okay, we continue on the
No
videos.
America! You get it? Got it? Good! Helped organize. Love to make signs. Love the camaraderie. Want to show people they're not alone. That they're not crazy. That there's a lot more of us. And that we're not afraid. And that we're going to fight back. And we're going to attack the issues.
What are the most important issues in your opinion?
The Constitution. It's not what they're doing. Fighting for us.
What actions are they doing that you feel is against the Constitution?
The president can't divert. Congress had already stated they should go. The president cannot eliminate departments or invent departments. Elon Musk never took an oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution. So, does that mean he gets to do whatever he wants? Apparently so. Just rifling through everyone's files, firing people, here again, outside their constitutional office. That's basically it. There's been any number of actions against any number of agencies, and some things that are particularly galling is, there's children getting Social Security loans, and they're under the age of 9. Well, guess what, Elon? These are orphans, newly orphaned children. If you could look a little deeper, you might see why and what. And thirdly, I don't know which it is, but they haven't come up with a single fraud case, which should go to court. They cannot produce their accounting, which we have public access to every department's accounting. We don't need their accounting, and if we ask for it, they don't show it.
You brought up an interesting point. I had heard that when parents pass away, their Social Security checks go to minors. Is that what you're alluding to?
Yeah, but sometimes they'll set them up with loans to get them to age where they can work, Trainer! And if I might add, of course, we all know the bullying tactics. I also believe that announcing tariffs and withdrawing them is they're just working the market. When one guy can crash the market with his words, his buddies can be ready to, play the drop and then play the rise. So this is disaster capitalism at play right in front of our eyes. It's a big steal. Stop the steal.
If you had the opportunity to speak to either Elon Musk or Donald Trump, what would you say to them?
Everything I've told you right here. And Elon, you haven't taken an oath to uphold and protect the Constitution, and those of you who have failed to keep your oaths.
What would you like to see in the direction of America?
That voting continues, that it's not rigged, that we can have our say, and that we will change the administration and enact the law and enforce the law.
What's going on? Elon out. This guy is a criminal. What he's doing to this country is insane, and everyone knows it. What actions? Everything Doge has touched. Everything.
What has Doge done that you don't like?
Everything. Every institution that's been taken off the map by this man and his people, Big Balls and company, everything that he's done is absolutely anti-American. He's stoking a lot of fear unnecessarily. We're not falling for it.
People have just ruined so much. You know, I work at a mission in Haiti, and they've destroyed all our hard work there. Just taking away the money we use for USAID, for food, for HIV. It's just terrible. I work in Port-au-Prince. I've been a volunteer there since the earthquake, and they have done all the good work we've done for the Haitian people. We feed children so they can go to school with ASID money. That's gone. The food is there going to waste. No one to distribute it. That's a crime against Christianity. It's what we are. This country, we give to people. So anyhow, that's why I'm here. I think it's a personal issue now.
I'm an anti-fascist. I spent 24 years in the U.S. Air Force, and I was supposed to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And when somebody's trying to destroy the Constitution, that's an attack. His Doge boys got into the Treasury, they got into the personnel, they got into Social Security, and they're not trying to, they're not trying to make it more efficient, they're trying to destroy it. They're trying to demolish everything.
What do you feel are Elon Musk's motives?
I think it's greed. He's a oligarch. He wants the U.S. to be run as an oligarchy, which is, we're in great danger.
If you had the opportunity to speak to Elon Musk, what would you say to him?
I'd say get out of government. I like what SpaceX is doing. Tesla is actually a decent car. I don't like this thing, but the regular Tesla cars are not bad. He ought to stick to that. I think what he's doing to the U.S. is destroying, not making it more efficient.
What criticisms do you have about the Trump administration?
Well, they're completely not following the Constitution or the law. Trying to kick out a judge because you don't like the judge's ruling, that's unconstitutional.
What things have Doge defunded that you feel was wrong?
Social Security, firing however many thousands of federal workers, USAID, the USAID program is completely shut down. The CDC, the NIH, all these are programs that are to help the American people, and he's destroying them.
Yeah, they're going to send our kids into the fields here in Florida. Woo! Take away our kids' rights and put them in the fields and send away all the immigrants. Yay!
Basically, you believe in importing slave labor. That's what you believe in. Importing slave labor.
I do believe rights, right?
Importing slave labor. That's the only thing you're concerned about.
You believe in your kids?
Absolutely.
Really? So we're going to let them buy guns and we're going to put them to work in the fields. Yay!
What rights do you feel are going to be taken away?
Well, all rights for women, for minorities. I mean, you can see what he's did to the Smithsonian. We don't count anymore.
What concerns do you have about the Trump administration?
That he's a tyrant. He's eliminating all the checks and balances, and nobody's standing up to stop him.
What have you seen that makes you feel this way?
I don't have time for that, but just watch the news. who's still reporting on him anyway.
Great Americans like Elon Musk, I think what he's doing is very beneficial to the American taxpayer by finding all the waste, fraud, and abuse. And I think he should keep going, keep cutting, and you know, we'll be better for it. Less debt, you know, less our grandkids will have to pay. So I think it's a good thing.
What misconceptions do you think people have about what's going on with DOGE?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that they're cutting all this funding that's going to the poor people, feeding people in Africa and stuff like that. All those programs are still in place. What they're cutting is all obviously waste, gender transitions and
they don't even
stuff like
know
that.
how much
So
money
I
they
think the
lost
biggest
because of the
misconception is that he's taking
That's why
vital
some of the
resources from the
country,
needy, and that's just not happening.
Do you have any criticisms of the Trump administration or what Elon is doing with DOGE?
I think they need to communicate better. I think they need to do probably a press conference maybe every 2 weeks, kind of what they're doing and what's going on. I didn't like Signalgate. I think that was silly to do. I don't think it's the end of the world or this big, problem, but it was dumb. And that kind of stuff cannot happen because people are going to take advantage of any little mistake they make.
Do you think that Signalgate has taken over what the actual mission had accomplished?
One more time, I'm sorry.
Do you think Signalgate took over what in the media, what the mission actually had accomplished?
I definitely think that. I think they focused on one problem, which was a big problem, bringing it on that reporter. But it was successful. It did what it was supposed to do after years of the Houthis, messing up trade and shipping in that area. It had to be done, and it's a great thing.
What is Signalgate?
It was the most horrendous F-up ever. They're incompetent, and there will be no accountability. No accountability for the Trump administration.
Can you describe what actions constitute fascism that you've seen with Tesla or Elon?
The unconstitutional executive order. Trying to impeach judges who try to enforce the law. Total fascism.
What has DOGE defunded that
fired government employees for wrongful termination? And who's going to run all these agencies? They're only hurting the people. That's all.
What are your concerns about the direction America's headed in?
If you are a patriot, you love the country.
That's where it's heading, right there.
We're just very concerned with the actions of Elon Musk as America's shadow president.
What actions are you specifically opposing that DOGE has done?
There are so many things right now. They simply don't have the time and place to enumerate them. It's easy to find out. We're here to raise awareness.
It's a beautiful thing. Be a patriot is a beautiful thing. So how please support our views that we support President Trump.
Hoping Americans to wake up to.
We're hoping that they become aware of the fact that their government is being destroyed from the inside by someone they did not elect.
What criticisms do you have about the Trump administration?
As I say, this is not the place necessarily to discuss that. There's plenty of information out there. People need to be aware, and we're here to raise awareness right now. We're concerned with what DOGE is doing within the federal government right now, the indiscriminate firings and layoffs, the scale of the budget cuts, just the damage being done to these federal institutions that we've worked hard to build up over decades, over generations, are being laid waste. That's what concerns us.
What direction would you like to see America go in?
The most important thing right now is that we stop the damage. We stop the damage that is being done. We built a great system in this country over decades of hard work, and we don't want to see it all destroyed by an unelected tyrant.
Somebody says
is there
that
anything that the Trump
is
administration is doing that you see is in a good direction?
We are not concerned with that right now. We're concerned with the damage that is being done, and the damage is severe. We want it to stop. That's what this protest is about. If people want to learn more, people want to inform, we have lots of great media organizations in this country, on right, left, and center. They can all tell you things. International news is covering this too. Some of the greatest journalism in the world, like the Manchester Guardian and the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, can tell you about this too. This is a world story. Think of any major U.S. network, any minor U.S. network. We have newspapers, we have magazines. There's lots of information out there.
Yeah, we have. Everything. It's the
Actually, I'm going to pause it on this lady over here. Her sign that said indivisible.org. I have yet to go to the website, but they are using this website to organize the Tesla protest, is what I had heard. So I have to check out the website and see what kind of information is being posted on it.
Deportations. It's the censorship. It's all of it. It just keep turning a blind eye and pretending like it's not happening as we slowly slide into fascism. It's just right before our eyes. It's time to come off your couch and do something about it, man.
What are your thoughts about Tesla and Elon?
Pardon me?
What are your thoughts about Tesla and Elon's involvement?
He's using this to fund Trump. I mean, as long as he's got successful
You
companies
know,
making
I
millions of
respect
dollars, he will continue
everybody,
to support Trump with that money.
whatever
so
they
all they
saying.
care about is money.
Is
You
a
have to hit him where it hurts.
free speech in the country.
What are your concerns for the direction that America is
but,
heading?
sometimes what they're saying doesn't make a sense. I don't understand. They're not going to say what the president doing wrong or Mr. Musk. They're just saying, oh, they are fascist, something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Eddie's talking about how the people are being reimbursed for there's a reimbursement form. So he said he's going to look it up, but they're paying people to be out there protesting. I forgot who had dropped it in the comments earlier about like what my thoughts were about potential protests and riots that subsequently could happen. I mean, when Trump came into office in 2016, throughout his presidency, there was a lot of protests and we had riots that had happened as well. What is interesting is that they seem to be starting earlier in his term when it comes to the protests. Usually they wait for Florida, we always have nice weather, but it's still cold in New York, which I am looking forward to finding out. And it's going to be raining also this weekend when I'm up in New York. But so it's kind of starting early. It's usually around like summertime that you see like the massive movements of protests and potentially riots that come about. So it's kind of starting early, and I don't know, like it still boggles my mind that this is what people are protesting right now is like Tesla, because after the world wars, it's not like people were keying Volkswagens that were used by the Germans from World War II. So it's crazy that such massive protests are being sparked from Tesla.
Yeah.
All right, we'll continue on with the video.
Yeah, it's one of my concerns. Well, I think I said it. I mean, we're built on a democracy. Trump is attacking practically every single one of the amendments of the Constitution, just one at a time. Free speech and the freedom to gather and protest, all of it. It's just birthright citizenship. He's just one by one, checking them off and going after everything. It's just sad.
If you had the opportunity to talk one-on-one with either Donald Trump or Elon Musk, what would you say to them?
There's no talking. Their problems are deep and personal. It has to do with their childhood trauma, the fact that they they literally have no empathy. I mean, Elon has come out and said empathy is what's killing America. They can't, if it doesn't affect them personally, they don't care about it. They can't look at a fellow person and say, wow, I see you're suffering, I want to do something to help. They all care about it themselves. I don't even think they care about their family, or they just care about
What do you think are Musk's reasons for being involved with Doge and making the decisions that he is making?
It's obviously personal. It's to beef up his companies and to get rid of the regulations that multiple lawsuits against his company have been ended because he's now involved in government. It's just quite clear. They're very self-motivated. It's not about the greater good. They're saying it's about the greater good, and people are going along because of the hate. They hate the same people that other people hate, and that's why people support them. But we can't run a country on hate. It's not going to work. It will fall.
Do you think Tesla was? What were your thoughts on Tesla? What were your thoughts on Tesla before Elon's involvement with Doge?
Yeah, my husband owns a Tesla, so I guess I didn't think much of it. But now I can see how it's funding, fascism. It
She's
really
funny,
is.
yeah.
Do you have concerns that with your family owning a Tesla now with the keying attacks and the attacks that are being done on Tesla?
Pardon me?
Do you have any concerns with being a Tesla owner with the keying attacks that are being done on Tesla?
No, I mean, I think people understand. They're making bumper stickers now that said, I bought this before Elon went crazy. I think a lot of people know that just because you own a Tesla doesn't mean you support Elon or fascism.
Can you tell me about your website?
It's indivisible.org. It's a great place to go if you don't know where to start. People are afraid. You don't have to come out in a live protest. There's lots and lots of things you can do from the comfort of your living room. You can call your representatives. You can send postcards. There's lots and lots of things you can do. You can donate. You don't have to do this. If you're like, oh, I'm not going out there, it's too scary, I could get arrested, then don't do it. But there's lots of things you can do. And if you go to this website, it will show you the things that you can do that are simple and easy. And I can't believe more people aren't doing it. There's lots of things you can do.
That website out.
I have been so angry at this
Video's almost done,
administration
so we'll wrap this up and then
and the
check out
things
what,
that they're
what
doing
saying
and
on
people that they're
indivisible.org.
hurting and the education that they're hurting. That I had.
What criticisms do you have about Doge and the Trump administration?
Pardon me?
What criticisms do you have about Doge and the Trump administration?
I think they're letting people go. Bill Clinton let people retire and move on, and he decreased the government that way. This is all for show. This is all for show. And Musk doesn't, I don't know if he's autistic, but he has no empathy. He doesn't care about the people. He doesn't care about the programs. So he's happy to cut. But if it was him being cut, now he's complaining today in an interview that all of this is hurting his business. Oh, maybe that will get his attention.
What do you feel are some of the shocking cuts that Doge has made?
All the innovation.
Yes, I think every person that got cut, that got an email that said not only were they cut, but it was because their work was unsatisfactory. Every person. So I can't say one.
In a couple of years, you're going to be 1,000 billions.
Because every
So
person.
if anybody try to invest in Tesla, this is the right time. The stock went down,
People that got promoted.
but it will go very, very high.
But they were cut and demoralized, and he did it so they wouldn't have to pay any unemployment. He's not gentle or kind or anything. He does nothing to show that. He is all money oriented, and that's not what our country is. Our country isn't just money. Will never be just money.
Well, you're saying they hate America. The reason that they probably have not logical way of thinking, whatever Elon Musk doing or Mr. Trump, it is good for America. But somehow, they blindfolded or they listen the wrong, like TV, like channels, CNN, which is right now very anti-Americans. Well, don't forget that a lot of outside countries has a big influence on American policy, which they don't want to be America great, and that's the problem. And that's why we, the patriots, American patriots, okay, try to keep going and supporting President Trump. Because eventually the patriots always winning, not somebody who from outside want to destroy America.
trying to look up what her website was. I think I know it's indivisible.org. One moment, let me pull that up.
Yeah.
Invisible.org.
So anybody who hear about my Mariana project, okay, raise opinion. What would you like to see in the solving American retirees to improve their life, because they deserve. Anybody who worked in America for 30 years, that doesn't matter where you came from, but you did good to the country and you have no criminal record, you should have a good life in Mariana project. But we have to raise our voice, that this project to solve American retirees problems, it is great, and Mr. Trump should hear that, especially Mr. Musk, because he's the big visionaries who can understand really quick what the Mariana Project is.
All right, I got it pulled up. Let's see, what are we looking at? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we fight back. Stop Trump from dismantling the Department of Education. Trump and his administration. Let's see. Trump and his administration are moving quickly to eliminate federal oversight of education, funnel taxpayer dollars into private and religious institutions, and leave public schools to wither under a patchwork of underfunded state systems. Start a monthly gift. Support the massive organizing effort it's going to take to defend our democracy and one another against Trump's authoritarian agenda. Join us on Saturday, April 5. Donald Trump and Elon Musk think this country belongs to them. We are taking to the streets nationwide to fight back with a clear message, hands off. So this is the protest that I will be attending in New York. So it's going to be nationwide. The largest is going to be in DC, but I will be covering on the ground the one in New York. Let's see. Find or start a local indivisible group. Join our weekly chat. Hey, we should actually join this weekly chat and see what they cover.
What I mentioned about education, you know that I got more educated just watching YouTube or Google, where I'm getting all the information. Now, if you, of course, want to do like some certain profession, like for me, I was aircraft mechanic, and they require A&P license, aircraft and power. Of course, I had to go to school and get that license for it. But to develop your mind, all you need education, you get the computer, you can get all that education from the computers today, online or something like that. So I think that going to universities, you have to prepare yourself on your own education, educate yourself. And then if you want to be in a certain specialist, yes, you have to go to get to school and get educated by professionals.
I'm just looking up so join our weekly chat. Let's see. Join our weekly chat every Thursday. Indivisible co-founders Ezra Levin and Leah Greenberg help wade through the week's news, answer your questions, and provide timely calls to action. Look up who Ezra Levin and Leah Greenberg is. Who knows? Maybe this is the newest BLM, as you guys mentioned in the chat. Let's see.
On Tara's live stream, we're also going to talk about what's the problem with some of the policemen, not only clear politics, but how the police should be more educated too, because I love police, I'm
Back to blue.
never would go against the policeman. I always polite, but some of the policemen shouldn't be doing what they're doing, And that's mean we have a lot of bad cops too. I would say 95% we have a good cops, but 5% they shouldn't be a policemen. They got bad because like before nobody had the cameras. Now we're catching the bad cops on cameras with your phone, or you have the cameras in your car, and you can catch them, And some of them, they're getting fired for not well behaved.
Yeah, that was the BLM movement. So we're a little 4 years past that.
I have my own opinion about BLM. It was just to disgrace Mr. Trump, and was probably founded from outside the country. Like Mr. Trump saying that America is used by the outside country, that they don't want America to be strong, but somebody tried to use them on purpose. But America always going to be great because we have a great people in America, Also, but we have to improve a little bit the system, what President Trump tried to do, and Elon Musk, improving our system. And also we have a lot of criminals, which he doing very well, kick them out from America. I'm not against immigration because I immigrate to America also when I was 20 years, but I went through all that process, to coming here with the FBI, Interpol, give the fingerprints and do all the legal stuff to be American citizen. And I think whoever wants to come and well behave, don't do criminal things, because eventually the criminal things will get you, So you might be succeeding only one time, two times, but eventually they will catch you, and you're going to be sorry for the rest of your life that you do something not right. Obey the American law. If you're coming to this country, you have to do like the American law says. Don't do anything. If you don't have to know everything about the American laws, but if you're a good person, you know what's good, what's bad, and you have to follow what You're coming to this country, you have to work. You don't have to look for the easy money to get criminal things. And that's why my Mariana project, it will be only for the good people, good retirees. They will check your record. If you have a bad criminal record, you're not going to be in my project.
Exactly. Unapologetic American. I think that's a good idea. If a bunch of us streamers go and attend the online session that they put on to ask questions and see what they're about, something that maybe we can stream and also like bombard and I don't know, ask some of the tough questions from the conservative side. So that switching gears, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Poland as it relates to the Ministry of National Defense. You can elaborate more about what is going on about the increasing the U.S. military presence that's in Poland. I'll go ahead and pull up the article and we can talk about it.
Okay, Poland has something to do with the European Union, okay, and European Union, which is the capital in Brussels, okay, they try to centralize all the countries, but some of the countries says no, we want a sovereign, we want to be in EU, but we want to be as a sovereign country, and that's what the problem is in Europe. But Germany, as the strongest country in Europe, they want to dominate the whole Europe, and that's what. Mr. Trump don't like really that now the Germans try to take advantage of Americans, that they good in making cars, okay? So they shipping a lot of cars to America, making good money, and then they try to screw up America. And that's what President Trump says. Now you're going to have to pay 25% tax, which I support that, And Poland also wants to be in EU, but as a sovereign country. Now they have some kind of guy who in charge, and all what he do just putting the patriots, Polish patriots, to jail, for speaking up. So it's very important that the candidate, which is Karol Nawrocki, he can win because he actually supports the sovereignty of the Poland, and he wants the Poland to be great, like Mr. Trump tried to make the America great, and he wants to bring more American soldiers, which going to be probably moved from Germany to Poland, and we have already 10,000 American soldiers in the city named Poznań. But the Polish people want another 10,000 American soldiers in Poland with the base called Trump Camp. Okay, and probably that's what Mr. Trump promised to Poland. But first we have to win the election, presidency election, and they want to remove that jerk from being prime minister. I don't know if you guys heard about his name, but his name is also Donald, like President Trump Donald. But his name is Tusk, last name is Tusk, So he's not a real Polish guy, and he make a lot of damages to Poland. So the election is very important.
Donald
May
Tusk,
18.
is he the one that proclaimed himself King of Europe?
Well, I don't know, say too much, but I don't know if everybody heard about what happened in Smolensk, okay? And in Smolensk, they killed Polish president in an airplane accident where hundreds of Polish dignitary die. And actually, they think it was accident, but it was orchestrated by Putin. So whatever it says, you guys probably can find out on your own what happened in Russia in Smolensk with the Polish president in 2010.
Isn't the anniversary
And for that,
Smolensk is coming up?
Prime Minister Tusk, he got a good position in Europe, in Brussels, which we call him the King of Europe.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking, King of Europe. All right, let me go ahead and read this article and we can discuss it. Increasing the U.S. military presence in Poland. Polish-American relations have a key impact on NATO's security system, especially its eastern flank. The deployed to Poland Armored Brigade Combat Group subunits and supporting elements, including the Combat Aviation Brigade, the installation of a missile defense system in... All right, you're going to help me out with that town, Dad. Redzikovo?
I don't see this.
Redzikovo. Defense system in Redzikovo. Let's just go with that. Equipment and ammunition depots under construction in Powitz, or the establishment of the U.S. Army V Corps Forward Command in Poznan, that's what you're talking about, are
Poznan,
just
yeah.
some examples of the durability of transatlantic alliance ties. So, starting with NATO's summit in Warsaw, successive alliance summits have been implementing decisions that are strengthened by the bilateral, primarily American, efforts that are key to reinforcing NATO's defense and deterrence capabilities. One of these is the American initiative to strengthen the region, the so-called European Deterrence Initiative, EDI, which has resulted in the deployment of an armored brigade combat group in Poland and other countries on NATO's eastern flank. This 3,500 strong formation is supported by the Combat Aviation Brigade and logistics and support subunits as part of Operation Atlantic Resolve. Let's see. According to the declarations and decisions, the strengthening of the U.S. military presence in Poland refers not only to the combat units, but also to reconnaissance and command systems, or the ability to receive additional forces in case of an emergency. Thus, they prove the close Polish-American alliance and partnership. Our defense relations with the United States have never been as strong as they are today. Your thoughts so far?
Yeah. Polish people love Americans. You know, we have around 20 million Polish people living in America, and they've been supporting Mr. Trump. Probably that's why Mr. Trump won by Polish people support. Okay, we call Polish people in America Polonia, and I hope we can get some Polish people too on our live stream. And one thing you have to know that the European use Americans, in Ukraine, as you know, that $350 billion which went to Ukraine. Okay, none of the country, even as a whole Europe, they didn't put enough money to fight the Russian in Ukraine. What I heard that Germans sent just 500 helmets to Ukraine, which was funny. Everybody joke about it now, So all the money went to Ukraine. Now Ukrainian people didn't say even thank you for that. Mr. Biden didn't even ask for the money back. Now President says, give us, you have to pay for all that money what America gave to Ukraine. That's why he asking for the mineral rights and stuff like that. So eventually we can get some of the money back to America. That's 350 billion. That's a lot of money which we gave, and we didn't sign anything. Like the European country, they just loan to America, to Ukraine, and America didn't ask anything for it. Now we have Mr. Trump to asking for that money, and I don't think the Ukrainians are grateful, You see probably what President Zelensky told Mr. Trump, So hopefully, if President Trump really will press, hey, you're not gonna give us the mineral rights, then we're not going to help you anymore. And they understand that it's better to win the war and get that land back to Ukraine than giving that land back to Russia, especially that the raw materials is mostly unoccupied land by Russia now. So they have no choice. They have to give the America the rights of the minerals, which are Ukraine is very rich in minerals, and lately they discovered a lot of oil, gas, so they have the money to repay for all that stuff what America giving to Ukraine.
Yeah, the Trump was calling out how it was the Europeans gave loans to Ukraine, and when America had just handed out the money.
Yeah, well. At the last visit by President Macron when he met Mr. Trump, okay, he tried to deny all this what France did, but Mr. Trump says, "Oh, wait a minute, you gave the loan, okay? We have the rights to gain the money back." Also, but you saw it what the President Zelensky did to Mr. Trump, denying all the minerals rights to repay the 350 billion, which American could use for, let's say, for the Mariana projects, give the retirees better life. So we need that money back,
Absolutely. I just pulled up another article. This one was published actually yesterday. So changing gears, but staying on the topic of Poland and the U.S. So House Democrat mockingly suggests that Poland will be Trump's next target for takeover. Let's see what this is about. All right.
Well, the thing it is that Poland tried to create three seas. I don't know if you guys understand what mean three seas, okay? It's countries located between Baltic Sea, Black Sea, and Adriatic Sea, okay? These are small countries which was always invaded by the superpowers, either Russia or Germany. Okay, so they need a protection. That's why Poland tried to create, and Mr. Trump support that creating of three seas. And it's kind of misleading that he wants to take over. Now, the thing it is that Poland wants the support of America to create the three seas. They cannot do on their own, okay? And that's why it's very important that we bring more American military to Poland.
Absolutely.
Now, you remember, if we let the Germans create the United Europe under one command, German's command, you know what they did in 1939 already, when they tried to unite Europe. They messed up the whole Europe all their lives.
Oh, when they came
my
into
father
Gdansk?
even was affected by this, which when the German came to Poland, they sent him to Germany as a forced labor. Poor guy, when he came back after the war, he survived, but when he came back, he was half man, but he still lived for another, after the war, for another 10 years, so I lost him when I was 10 years old. And that's why, don't think I'm against the Germans. Germans people are wonderful. Only I'm against the German politician, which they hungry for the power. They want to own the world, But the problem it is now is China getting the power too, and America have to get strong, not let Chinese take over the whole world, because we're going to have to start learning another language than English.
Dad, move your mic. Move your mic.
Move my?
Yeah, move your mic closer to your head.
Okay. Well.
There you
go. You guys have a problem to hear me?
I can't keep turning up the gain, so you need to have to be conscious of having the microphone there.
Yeah, I have to just apologize because, like I explained to you, that whenever my blood pressure goes up, my voice getting really bad.
Just be conscious, to keep the microphone at your face.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Just
I keep my mouth.
Let me. I'm going to bring up the article about what they're saying about. The House Democrats were suggesting that Poland will be Trump's next target for a takeover. So let's go ahead and get into that.
Well, that's exaggerating things that...
the Democrats, of course, they're going to be exaggerating.
Yeah, they always, Democrats are exaggerating. Don't forget that they've been kidnapped by Democrats been kidnapped by the globalists. I shouldn't say that, but...
All right, so House Democrats mockingly suggest that Poland will be Trump's next target for a takeover.
Well, what Trump tried to do in Europe, that Europe has to be a little bit more controlled by Americans than not giving too much power to Germans. because we worry. England is also worried about it. You hear about what happened to Britain, that they had to Brexit, the Europe. They didn't like what the German been doing, and now we're getting big support from England, from English Prime Minister and from Mr. Trump, to make Poland stronger and create that three Cs, which will be great idea to challenge the two superpowers in Europe, Germany and Russia. And that's the whole idea that Democrats try to use it because Mr. Trump is very supportive of that three Cs.
Okay, Dad, I'm going to bring back up the article, so we're going to read the article now, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So what we have here is, again, House Democrat Malcolm Lee suggests that Poland will be Trump's next target for takeover. As the White House continues to make clear Donald Trump's territorial ambitions over Greenland, one Democrat is wondering just how much of the globe could be on the president's agenda. Why not the world? If they want to unify everything as a global economy, make it all American. All right, so as the White House continues to make clear Donald Trump's territorial ambitions for Greenland, one Democrat is wondering just how much of the globe could be on the president's agenda. Seth Moulton, a congressman from Massachusetts and the member of the Armed Services Committee in the House, questioned whether Trump's stated national security concerns justifying his calls for Greenland to be annexed by the United States could be taken further, even as he conceded that there were legitimate concerns about the presence of the Russian forces in the Arctic. He spoke with CNN's Jessica Dean and quipped that Donald Trump could apply the same rationale of seeking to constrain Russian forces to justify territorial claims around the world. If Trump is so concerned about Russia and China, then does he want to take over Poland because they border Russia? Does he want to take over India because they border China? Does he want to take over Mongolia, kind of between the two? The congressman asked. So Moulton went to state that concerns about Russia's presence in the Arctic were valid, but necessitated careful diplomacy and cooperation with NATO allies, not land grabs. This is just absurd, he said. That's not how the United States operates. It's a dumb way to conduct foreign policy. So it just sounds like he's, tossing some crap out there. But I think that Trump is very well justified in the importance of Greenland to the U.S. Because, if I had heard before that I believe it's in Scotland. The military, there's a military base that's in Scotland. So if Scotland were ever to succeed away from United Kingdom, they don't like having the military and the arms that are there, but that's the buffer zone in that area if Russia were to be coming over. So actually relocating those forces over to Greenland would be a proper way of protecting that area. And so I don't see anything wrong with letting Greenland make its choice, because if they haven't been getting the proper care from Denmark, then they can have their own self-determination for what they want to do as a country.
Well, I'm sure the Greenland under the American protection are going to be much better than Denmark. Denmark is not that strong, and take over Greenland. I support that idea, especially that the Chinese already start doing business in Greenland, and American didn't like that, so we have to move in to Greenland, and that's why Mariana project is very important to build in Greenland. We have already American bases in Greenland, so it's just a matter, why we cannot take over the Greenland. You know, if Greenland people would like to join America, especially that Denmark cannot offer Greenland people enough to have better life. You know, so 100% supporting Mr. Trump to take over the Greenland from Denmark.
Summarizing back to the article, so yeah, tomorrow's going to be Liberation Day for when they're going to be imposing the tariffs, imposing 25% to Canada, 25% to Mexico, and 10% to China for steel and aluminum manufacturers, in addition to automotives.
Well, you know, like Europe try to get united, which actually for them make better sense, okay? But for America to have open border with Canada or Mexico, it's not that good for America because, you know, like a lot of Chinese opening factories in Mexico or Canada, and they shipping the stuff to America without any tariffs. So United States have to be protected, you know, and I don't blame Mr. Trump that he tried to put a lot of tariffs on Canada or Mexico, and hey, we have to tell them who is the boss anyway.
Oh, what are your thoughts of do you think it was callous of Trump though to be saying how he doesn't care about, he could care less about prices rising for the Americans who are going to be buying cars, because they said that the cars are going to be going up by like $12,000 sometimes. Well,
anything what you start new, okay, it will affect prices, okay, for a while. But don't forget that a lot of companies, when they're going to put the tariffs, a lot of companies going to move in. As you see now, Taiwan try to invest like almost $200 billion in Arizona.
Yeah, the chip factory.
Honda tried to invest also about $200 billion start building the cars in United States. So a lot of companies will be moving back to America, not just making product in another country where maybe it's a cheaper labor, and they sending here, which actually is no good for American people. You know, so I very support the tariffs, and if we have more jobs, of course we can accommodate more people. You know, if somebody wants to immigrate, you know, to America and follow the American rules and laws, that would be great, you know. Like I said, I came to America about 50 years ago, more, 56 years ago, you know. I was only 20 years old, okay? And I didn't try to take advantage. I just worked hard, sometimes 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, you know, just to make better life for my children, you know. So I expect from all the immigrants to come here and work hard. And Mr. Trump not going to kick you out if you working hard, okay? All what he wants to kick the criminals out who try to take like parasites coming to America and take advantage of the American people. So that's what I see. The tariffs are very important, okay? And if we keep the tariffs, the American business is going to grow.
Yeah, I think the companies that already have invested in the U.S. will have a nice leg up too, since they've already have the manufacturers that are here. Was it Toyota has a plant that's in Kentucky?
Toyota. I remember when I'm not saying that the American cars bad. I own myself the Toyotas because they really making good, and that was a problem that the unemployment was start getting high. That was a long time ago, So the American asked Japan start building the cars here because otherwise we're gonna put the tariffs on you. So the Toyota start building cars in America, and that was a good idea. Even they saying that the Japanese car building in America, they're not that good like they would build in Japan. Yeah, maybe that's true because Japanese workers are very, dedicated. They're very patriotic, which now we saying that the Japanese are people very patriotic. That's good. But when we call ourselves American patriots, they call us fascists, and that's wrong, That's wrong. When I am patriot, I love America. Not only because my children are here, because I had always a good job here. I worked for, when I came to America, I worked for Chrysler, Tiger Air, and 25 years with United Airlines. I retired now and have a better life. That's what it's supposed to be. You come to America, you work hard, obey the American laws, we will take care of you.
Exactly. I'll bring up one more story that is about the courts. The court clears the way for Elon Musk. All right, let's pull this one up. Okay, so appeals court clears the way for Musk Doge to resume cuts to U.S. aid. The ruling came as the Trump administration notified Congress that it will dissolve the agency. So this is a couple days old. It happened, on the 28th. So the Federal Appeals Court on Friday cleared the way for Elon Musk and his Department of Education, they're getting rid of that too, Department of Government Efficiency to resume their efforts to shut down the U.S. Agency for International Development. The ruling from a three-judge panel of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals lifted a lower court judge's injunction that had temporarily blocked Musk and Doge from playing any role in dismantling U.S. aid. The decision comes just as the Trump administration is making a final push to effectively dissolve the agency tasked with administering foreign aid. Earlier on Friday, the State Department officially notified Congress of its plans to eliminate the agency, according to Democratic lawmakers. And a member of the Doge, who is also a deputy USAID administrator, sent a memo to USAID personnel worldwide announcing that the overwhelming majority of the agency's employees will have their jobs cut either July 1st or September 2nd. Do you have any, Dad, do you have any thoughts about the programs that Doge has been...
USAID?
Yeah.
I think USAID sucks, because the American
you're going to need to back that one up a little bit more.
No, the thing is American giving the money to USAID and the USAID turns the money against Americans, That's the problem. Once you give the money to them, we have no control over what they're doing with the money. And most of the money goes against the American politics, so that's wrong.
Now, there are some good programs
we have to be in control of Americans' money, okay, where they go, what we're doing, I'm not against that we can help, but there is a different way we can help the people in the world. In one of the help, it is building the Marianas project, and that will help not only Americans, that will help also people from another world.
So there were some good programs that were a part of USAID, and to my understanding, those are going to be kept and moved over to different agencies. But USAID had involvements with several like food agencies. The minister who we spoke to on the ground at the Tampa protest, who worked with the Haiti mission, he talked about like it was personal to him for USAID being dismantled and everything. So I think one of the focuses I had while I was interviewing people was about some of the misconceptions that they could have about like Doge or which programs that they didn't like that was being cut. And so there are a lot of people who are against the work that USAID had done. I mean, there were some weird things in there that I'm not going to disagree with. I'm not for transgender studies in Colombia or any of that stuff. And they were funding. There was that hearing that they were asking about the funding that had even gone to terrorist organizations, and they had confirmed that U.S. money had been going in those directions as well. So, but people seem quite passionate about USAID in particular. So that's why I wanted to bring it up, that the courts had ruled in favor of Trump and for Doge to be dismantling completely USAID.
Well, if I want to give the money to somebody, I want to know what the money are used for. Because if I give the money and somebody using against me, that's the problem. That's what happened to USAID, okay? That we give the money and we have nothing to say. We don't know what they're doing the money. They're spending on stupid things, and not only stupid things, but like I said, some of the money might go to the terrorists, or something, So Mr. Trump has to be in control where the money goes, even with the Social Security. Can you imagine that they discovered that there was a recipient who was 250 years old and he was still receiving the Social Security? That's the problem. We have to be more in control, when people work here and they go to another country, and the money following from Social Security to them, that person maybe die and we don't know. The money is still going. Somebody of the family receiving freebie, free money. So we have to be in control, more in control. And
I think those are mostly systems issues when they because one of the interviews I was watching with Elon, he was talking about how his team of basically volunteers for Doge have been uncovering what's wrong with their systems, and systems don't often talk between each other. So that's why you can have system errors that could lead to a situation where a person who is deceased is still on the books for receiving Social Security. So those are good components as to what the Department of Government Efficiency is going to be uncovering, because with these tech kids will be able to make things run more efficient when you have the different government systems are able to talk to each other, because if various Social Security systems aren't talking with each other, you can have those type of problems happen.
Yeah. So you see, when we're spending the money, okay, we have to know where the money goes. Like the Chinese know exactly where the money goes, and they have a lot of projects there. What they're building in China, okay. I'm myself jealous about the Chinese people. How patriotic they are, how hardworking they are, and they're gonna. You're gonna see how the China gonna be built up, and money today makes the country powerful, and that's what Mr. Trump tried to do, make the control where the money goes and make the America great again. And we're gonna try to help him. Anybody who feel that they love America, they are patriots, we have to show big support for Mr. Trump. Whatever he's doing good for America. So he needs big support from us. Don't keep your mouth shut. Just say it. I'm for Trump. Okay, I love what he's doing. Make the America great again.
Exactly, Dad. So MAGA. Any closing remarks before we wrap up today's stream? And then, guys, you'll be able to join us on Thursday. So the plan is we're going to try and make it as regularly as we can to be doing live stream chats. We'll be inviting other influencers and people to have on for discussion, whether it's just me or Dad, or it's going to be inviting others to join us. but we are going to try and make this a regular thing. I was ambitious for thinking Sunday, but then I'm going out of town this weekend to give you guys live coverage from on the ground in New York for it's a mixture of Tesla plus like everything that's like anti-Trump. So they're calling it Hands Off New York. And then the largest one, like I said earlier, is going to be in DC. So this is going to be a nationwide protest that's going to be occurring on Saturday. And I will be on the ground in New York. So hence there will not be a podcast between me and Dad on Sunday. But we're going to be trying to make this a regular thing for Tuesdays and Thursdays for Dad and I to go on the air and discuss basically what's going on in the news and also integrate what's going on with Polish news so we can educate you guys on more Polish and American relationships.
Yeah. So let us know what would you be interesting that we can conversate on the subject, okay? And if you want to know about the Mariana project, let me know what you would want to know. If you're interested, okay, and you want to support us with that Mariana project, because eventually you're going to retire. No matter how old are you, eventually you will retire. And I'm sure you would like to retire really good without any problems, being a good take care of, for the rest of your life. Especially that you deserve, if you're working hard in America, you deserve to retire nicely, that you will be well taken care of it, nice place, and tell us what you want to hear about. We are Polish American Brotherhood, and mostly we're going to talk about what's happening in Poland and in America. And we love you, okay? We want to support Mr. Trump and his friends, and hopefully you are our friends too, and we can discuss more about what's going on in America, what's going on in the world, and about my project, which is very important, not only for me, but should be very important to all Americans. So thank you, Tara, for inviting me to this program.
Well, thanks, Dad, for creating this program.
And I hope my voice is going to get more improved because I'm working on my blood pressure and my kidney. Okay, so next time I'm going to be probably much better.
No, Dad, you're doing great. You're doing great. So, all right, guys, be sure to smash that like button and share this out. Again, thanks for sharing this out, Unapologetic American, and also call out to Snooks for always being there for throughout the years and everything. I know we've taken a hiatus, a good it was definitely too long, but a 2-year break from being online. But we look forward to bringing you more coverage from On the Ground with my channel, On the Ground with Tara. So be sure you like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well. But also our thoughts about being here in America, Polish-American relationships as well, but with what's going on just for us being regular Americans, and our thoughts with MAGA and Trump and this current administration, as we look forward to a better America. And so that's the point of us being here discussing this with you guys and getting your feedback, so that way we can have a good Discord with connecting with people we otherwise would not be able to. So again, to wrap things up, thanks again, everybody. Look forward to our next live stream, which is going to be on Thursday, and then this Saturday's coverage live on the ground in New York City. Again, thanks, guys.
Okay, bye, everybody.